you calm me, do you feel alone?
Hi, my name is Michaela Salway. I am a Kiwi who's moved to Germany for my PhD. I am living in Stuttgart and I'm basically documenting my life living in Germany, what it's like to be a student in Germany, our travels, everything. So thank you for clicking on this video and thanks for joining the channel. Today I'm kind of very behind on everything, but I am not somebody who's very good at starting New Year's resolutions and glow ups and all of that in January, because I feel like so much is happening in January and it's like recovering from Christmas and it's pretty busy time, and like I started my PhD mid-January, so I was kind of dealing with all of that. And so I decided that February was going to be my glow up and I was going to do a big whole thing at the beginning of February, and it just didn't happen. So we're nearing the end of February. Okay, no, I lie. It's halfway through, so I've still got time. But we're coming to the end and I thought that I'd reflect on some of the changes that I made in February, which I've been continuing on with. So I'm going to be talking about the workout program that I started and Luke's business, and we've got that whole section that'll be coming. And then I also just wanted to talk about finally sitting down and doing a vision board for the first time ever. I have never really done a vision board before. I've seen like a lot of YouTubers that I follow do vision boards, and I just felt like maybe it was time. Maybe it was time that I actually do it in order to solidify some of the things that I want to do this year, and not just solidify but actually make a point to do them because I've thought about it. And like I did my whole New Year's resolutions video, which I'll link up the top, and it was really good to like put down some good ideas, but I also realized that there were some things that I wanted to do, or just some like things that I wanted to remind myself while I was going throughout this year. So I decided to put it all down on a vision board, and I've made that my desktop, and it actually feels so inspiring opening up my computer, and I've put it on my tablet as well, so it's my tablet screen, and it's so inspiring seeing it every day. So I thought I'd walk you through that, and then I'll talk about some nutrition as well and just some things that I'm changing up, prioritizing time to read, so like the schedule that I've been following throughout the weeks. And then yeah, that's kind of just my February getting back on track video. So this was a bit of a long spiel at the beginning, but thanks for clicking on the video. I hope that it inspires you maybe, or gives you a reason or some inspiration to, I don't know, I don't know, glow up in February with me. Be a latecomer, yo, join the party. But either way, thanks for clicking on the video and let's get started. This is not the greatest recording of my screen, but anyway, some of it is photos that I've taken and some of it is just stuff that I found on Pinterest. So some of the photos are my own photos, and I included that because there's a YouTuber that I really like called Reese Reagan, and she kind of talked through making her own vision board, and she talked about how she found it really inspiring adding some of her own photos, so it wasn't like an unrealistic expectation to try and meet some fitness goals that weren't your own, or like if you had been there previously, being able to look at photos of yourself and see that as motivation rather than comparing yourself to some random person who you don't know much about their circumstances. So I did that and it was actually really cool. I really enjoyed doing it. So I've kind of got different sections. Might as well start with YouTube because that's currently what we're on. So I have a little thing here for my YouTube. I really want to get to 1,000 subscribers and or 100 videos this year. It's just for me to kind of have that accountability and show that I'm working towards this, and it's not just a, oh, I want everyone to follow me, but more of a commitment to keep doing this and to stick with making videos, because I want to be able to look back at the end of my PhD and see all of the adventures that I went on and all of the struggles and the difficulties of moving to a different country and the exciting parts and the apartments that we lived in. And so I want to be able to have that record, and so I'm holding myself accountable by having that on my vision board. And then also just a camera, which I have to say I've ticked off. We've got the camera and I'm so stoked. I'm so glad that we've got this, and I'm using it to record now. Unfortunately, the section later where I talk through my program was filmed on my phone before I got my camera, so I apologize for the change in video quality, but nevertheless, I'm so excited that we finally got that. And then I've kind of got like a health and fitness section, but also just like something that I like, more like a wellness section, should we call it. So I've got an acai bowl just because it's reminding me of fueling my body with good food. I'm the absolute carb queen. I love carbs, but I thought that it would probably be, I don't know, inspiring to see something that I really like. And I'm going through a whole upheaval with my nutrition and kind of, yeah, I think I've not always been the best with food. I wouldn't say that I have an eating disorder, but I am definitely somebody who likes control. And food is one thing that I've always felt like I've been able to control. So that's kind of a reminder that I do like those kind of foods, and I feel so good when I eat those kinds of foods, but I don't prioritize it when I emotionally eat. So it's something there that's just a reminder of what I want to strive towards, of like fueling my body and not eating bad things just because I'm upset. Anyway, that's a whole nother story. Coffee, because I absolutely love coffee, and you know, it's some nice latte art, which I cannot do, but we'll hopefully be able to get there one day. We have a whole bunch of houseplants since we moved into this apartment. It's kind of been the thing that we've been fostering, so just a monstera because we've got a monstera and I think it's cool. And then just some fitness goals. So I really want to be able to do the splits this year, which I talked about in my New Year's video. I want to get to an 80 kilo deadlift, so that's just me deadlifting in the hopes that one day I'll be able to replace that photo with one of me doing 80 kilos. And then I also want to be able to do a pull-up one day. So that's, again, just a photo of me doing a pull-up with a band, and I'm hoping that then I can replace that photo with me doing a pull-up without a band. So that's, yeah, that's kind of like the wellness section. And then I've got a travel section down the bottom. So I'm going to London in May for a conference that I'm speaking at, so I wanted to put that on there because that's a trip that we've definitely already planned. And then I'm doing a French course at the moment, and I want to go to Paris so that we can, I don't know, practice it and try it out, and also just to show that I'm committing to this French course and be able to try and speak it someday. So I've got that on there, and then we're hoping to go to Boston because Luke's sister lives in Boston. So I put that on there in the hopes that we'll be able to go this year. We also want to travel a lot more around Germany, and this is Schloss Hohenzollern. It's just south of Tübingen, I think, and that's a place that I really want to go. It's closed at the moment for renovations, but I thought that not only symbolized going there because I really want to go there, but also just symbolized traveling around Germany. And then hiking, I put up a video a little while ago of us going out for a hike. It was just a small hike, but it was just wearing in our new shoes that we got. So I put that photo there just to remind myself of all the hikes and look forward to all of the hikes that'll be coming up. And then I've got just some quotes spread around, just some motivational quotes that I really liked. And then the final section is university and study. So this is actually my building. I took that photo. It's the outside of the building where I study, and it's, yeah, just a reminder of how excited I was on my first day to see that building. And then this here is the floor that I work on. It's inside a medieval library, and so it's all of the books that I'll need for my research, and it's so exciting to, yeah, just walk through those halls and be in awe of all of the literature that's there and how excited I am to do my PhD. So it was nice to include that on there as well, and that's a photo that I took as well. I also took this photo of Tübingen. It's the view that I get from the Neckarinsel when I walk across the bridge each day that I go into Tübingen, and I just really like that photo, and it just reminds me of how much I really love Tübingen and how much I love this city, and I'm excited to go there each time I go in. And then I've got just a study quote. I actually saw some pretty nasty comments on that photo after I downloaded it, where a lot of people were saying, oh, you should be proud while you're studying. But I just thought that the whole concept was really cool, that if you study now, be proud later. And I think that resonated with me because I know during my masters I really struggled to have motivation to study. Obviously, I was also not in a great place while I was doing my masters, but then I'd procrastinate and it kind of put me down a bad path, and then I got really, just my time management wasn't great during my masters. And I mean, I kind of spoke about that in an earlier video where I was talking about self-sabotage and imposter syndrome and all that, and I put that there because I feel like for me it's reminding me that whatever I do now, the future me will be really proud of, and the future me will be thankful that I did get that done. So I see it in a good way, even though the comments weren't great. And then I've got a section on reading because I really want to prioritize reading this year. During the rest of my studies, I've actually gone into a reading slump because I was reading so much for university that I just felt like I couldn't read. Again, I think I talked about this in my New Year's video, but I was trying to read historical fiction because I felt like that's what I should be doing. I'm a history major. And then I just went into a reading slump because everything that I was doing was history. So I've taken a change and I've decided that I actually just want to read. And it's for leisure as well, books that excite me and have me page turning, and yeah, it's quite exciting. So I put that there as a reminder that I can read and I should prioritize it, and I want to watch less TV and actually, yeah, be excited for reading, which I've been really excited while I haven't been studying, and I have got back into a really good routine with reading, and so I want to continue that throughout my studies and not burn out again. And then down here I've just got like a Bible reading thing of, yeah, I feel like I want to prioritize that a lot more, and I'm going through a plan of reading the Bible in a year, except it's been like 3 years that I've been doing this plan, and it's been really good to go through it really slowly, especially because it really helps my studies knowing all of these Bible stories, but just like a motivation to continue to be excited about it and not just do it because I feel like I have to or because I feel obligated to, but because I am really excited by all of this and I enjoy and take comfort in reading, and so I just put that there, yeah, just as a aesthetic reminder. Plus I really like the colouring of it. So yeah, that's kind of everything on my vision board. I hope that you find it interesting and inspiring, and if you hadn't heard of Reese Reagan and her talking about incorporating in your own photos, then I hope that you see this and you like it, and yeah. One of the reasons that we were able to come over here is that because of COVID, Luke's business moved online. They're like an online fitness training, personal training, coaching company, and they're running a 12-week program, which is what I'm currently going through. We've got 3 light days, 2 heavy days.
Like we said, it's kind of based around your routine, but then also can provide you some sensible suggestions, so you're not just having to fully auto-regulate everything and then trying to figure it out yourself, because there's no point having a program if you're having to make up most of it as you go.